Hello everyone and welcome to 2024. Well, we have a really exciting year in store for us, and there are loads of people that are out there making predictions, especially astrologers. Of course, it's one of their fortes. And what I'm going to do with you first of all is to share a little bit about what we've been going through, and it began on the winter solstice. That's normally the 21st of December, but actually this year it was in the very early hours of the 22nd of December when it began. And then we've had Christmas for those that celebrate that particular festival. And we are here in the very beginning of the new year. So in order to explain what I want to share with you about, I'm going to make reference to some tarot cards. So the first card I'm going to speak about is the one I'm going to show you right now. And here's the card in question. This is called the Change card. It's a Two of Discs, and it reflects, I love the way a picture can take up so little space and convey so many words. The old expression is, a picture tells 1,000 words. There it is, that's the Change card. So this card reveals what we've all been going through up until shortly before midnight, just before the beginning of the new year. That's the energy we've been in. And the more you are attuned to the energies of change, the more deeply mysterious change as a phenomenon becomes in itself. And what I will do is I will include in the description a film that goes into detail about the Change card, and also a film that goes into detail about the card that follows. But to summarize, it's a very strange time that we've been through, and you may have felt all sorts of disturbing thoughts and feelings. And if so, that's completely to be expected. And the way that I love to explain the dynamics of change is to use this Dutch word, which is simply in omschakeling, which is a very unusual Dutch word. And effectively what it means is that what change does, it brings us into a place where it's possible for us to embrace and engage in deep transformation. And a big part of that journey is self-awareness, becoming more aware of ourselves, who we are, and what makes us tick, and just what it is that is unique about us as individuals. That's very much what the energy of change is all about. And it can be a rough ride for some people. And in a sense, the rougher the ride, the more you are getting to grips with the deep transformative work. So I've had a rough time, and I'm very happy to declare that. So what about now? What about the 1st of January 2024? I want to reveal to you the underlying energy through the tarot cards of this particular time of year. So let me clarify. From the solstice up to around about the 1st of January, in this case just literally minutes before midnight, change has been the underlying energy. The underlying energy is shifted now, and here it is for you to look at. This is the energy of what is called works. And we can see these three wheels, which when they spin cause this beautiful tetrahedron to open up. And that is the gift of the card works. So let me go into a little bit of detail about the works card. This is a golden opportunity. And I do like to check things out accurately, so I've used my ephemeris to make sure about the timing. It's literally probably 15-20 minutes before midnight last night. That's when this energy kicked in. So here's the thing. a lot of people in a lot of countries have this idea that New Year, it's an intuitive sense we all have. It's a special time. And what's so special about it is we can move into action mode, which is where the idea of a New Year's resolution comes from. The idea of feeling, because that's what change has given us. Change has given us the opportunity to reflect and consider. That's what the end of the year is all about. And in that process of reflecting, consideration, transformation and change, that sets us up where we are now, which is, let me be straight, I had a phone conversation with someone a couple of days ago, and they realised that what they needed to address was a particular health concern they've got. They're becoming hard of hearing, and they're determined to do something about it. Some people choose this as a time to let go of a particular habit or series of habits, and that can be a really powerful thing to do. Something else people often choose to do is to embrace a new activity. And this is where people can get the most transformative and surprising and gratifying results. Taking on a new practice, a new habit, something that they've always wanted to do, and finally they have the feeling, yes, it's time, the time is now. So in a sense, that's what the works card is all about. The works card is here telling us all, whatever it is that you felt like you wanted to do, the time is now. And the understanding is this is an energy which operates for 10 days. So between now and the 10th of January, if we capitalize upon this energy, it can actually put us into a place where we become more in our own sense of empowerment than we've ever been before. In short, this is a very exciting time for all of us. So I wanted to share with you what I'm up to and offer an invitation or two. So as you all know, I'm a shamanic practitioner, and I've been training people to become shamanic practitioners for a long time. And after I trained 50 people, I totally lost count. I have no idea how many people I've trained now. All I can tell you is it's a lot. And it is one of the most satisfying things that I do in my life. And this is one of the clues and the keys I want you to think of. Whatever it is that gives you the greatest satisfaction, that's what you want to be embracing at this time of year. So if you're interested in training to become a shamanic practitioner, then now would be a very good time to approach me. And what I would suggest you do is to let me know in the comments that you are ready to do this, is something that you've either been giving considerable thought and awareness to for some time, and it's, yes, I want to train to be a shaman. I want to do this. I want to take on this completely new identity. I want to become a multi-dimensional space-time traveler who is no longer constrained and limited by the concepts of the 3D reality, which is one of the best preparations I can possibly think of for what's going on in the bigger picture. Because when I talk about this Dutch word in omschakeling, referring to us going through this deeply transformative process at the end of 2023, coming into 2024, as individuals, that's all true. However, something much more significant and exciting is happening. We are going through the greatest transformative change the world has ever known in its entire history. And I can say that as someone who's studied and travelled and devoted his life to the work that I do. This is what sets me on fire, which is why I need to put another couple of logs on the fire. Let's keep it going, shall we? So what am I offering? I'm offering that if you are ready to train to become a shamanic practitioner, I'm someone that you can choose to do this with. And you can do this either non-residential, in which case you'd simply come to my place and we'll train. And if you want more information, clearly you'd put your email address and your name in the comments, and I would simply email you the information which I send everyone when they've expressed this declaration of intent to themselves first of all. Yes, that's my declaration. I'm going to train to be a shaman, and then declaring it to me by putting your details in the comments. So that's the first thing I'm offering. Second thing I'm offering, if you'd like to come and stay with me for a couple of days, between 1 and 3 nights I can offer, to come have conversation, to experience what it's like to be just 2 miles away from Glastonbury Tor, which is widely recognised as being the heart centre of planet Earth. So this is an utterly extraordinary place that I'm living. It's been very well chosen. I've been guided here meticulously by my guides and helpers. It's no accident as I am exactly 2 miles away from the Tor, not further away, not closer, all very precisely guided. So if you feel like you're not ready to take the step to become a shamanic practitioner, but you want to come and spend between 1 and 3 nights here with me, and I can introduce you to the energies in this part of the world. We can have conversations, we can do some inner work, we can look at astrology, we can look at tarot. And I will just mention to you that I am one of the relatively few shamans that does include the tarot as an integral part of the training. And there's a reason for that, because it is a map of the universe. That's the best way to describe the tarot. And like all maps, it is a map. It is not the territory. It is not the universe as a whole, but it's a really great guide. So that's my second invitation. So if you'd like to take any of this further, then please do leave your details, name and email address in the comments. The other thing I'd like to add is that whether you're going to be coming to train as a shaman or whether you're going to come for a few days, the other thing that I love to share with people is the Shaman's Kitchen, which is my approach to shamanic cuisine, where we take the whole process of cooking, which is a deep alchemical transformation process in its own right, and we discover what's really going on, and we learn how to get to grips with working alchemically with all the various methods that we can use to transform food into magic, which is literally our bodies. That's what we're doing, our physical bodies, and therefore that's affecting our energy bodies, our soul, our spirit. Everything's affected by what we eat as the food, which is why we have this expression, you are what you eat, a great inner truth there. And the other thing, as you all know, drinking the water, absolutely essential part of the process. Everyone who comes to train with me, everyone who comes to stay in the Shaman's Guest House has the experience of drinking one of the best qualities of water on the planet. I've drunk water in many, many parts of the world, and this is one of my absolute favourites, and there's another part of the reason why I'm choosing to live where I am. Very easy access to wonderful water. And as those of you who know, have watched my recent interviews with Pete Warnock, breath work is another essential and integral component of the shamanic training. And the other thing to mention is working with sound. That's a really big one. And also working with what some people call prayer, some people call invocation, some people, there are many names for it, but we'll be working with that particular quality as well. So I look forward to hearing from you if you're touched, moved and inspired to take steps in these directions. All the love to you, and thank you for watching, and I wish you the very best in 2024 with all the gifts it's going to bring us all. All the love.